TimeRust.com proudly presents the Time Rust Brain Trust. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us here on the Time Rust Brain Trust podcast.
Thursday.
Why you say Thursday?
Because it's Thursday.
Is it Throwback Thursday?
No. Then we'd be paying.
It's
We're going to go back 2 years in time.
TBT, Time Rust Brain Trust.
Hi, I'm Steve. To my left is Eli.
What's up, guys?
And to his left is Marquise.
What it is, folks.
Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is... Wait, my name's...
Oh my goodness.
Well, I had to bring Jay-Z up because he was in the news this week.
Because
Solange farted in the elevator.
They found the Santa Maria. I mean, there are more important things going on in the news than this chick hitting Jay-Z.
I just want someone to
Was
edit...
the Santa Maria not in America?
I mean, they found Christopher
South
one
America.
they found one of his ships in the ocean.
And?
That's a huge historical find.
Yeah.
Until they find the DeLorean that Doc Brown crashed back in, like, Western times, I don't care.
Yeah.
You mean the one he used it to make the train? The time train? So good. Anyway.
I love it.
Hi, Nate. What's up?
I love the Million Ways to Die in the West takes place in that universe. Sorry. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, everyone.
Saw that trailer.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we saw that.
Steve, what are you doing?
Well, significantly less than I was doing last week. I finished Fate/Zero today.
What's
It's a good anime up until the last episode, and then you're like, oh, it's one of those bad anime. So, well, it takes.
Don't you love how they can do that?
Yeah,
Like,
it builds up. It builds up to this really, like, the whole show. I really enjoyed it. I loved the character interaction. I loved, the animation was clean. The American voice acting was outstanding, and I loved the characters. And then they just, they shat all over it, and it was awful.
wah, wah.
Yeah, and they were like, "Guess what? It's a miracle granting Holy Grail, but it doesn't really grant miracles. Too bad, so sad. Your princess is in. It was a your princess is in another castle ending. So
Wah, wah, wah.
yeah, it was awful. But I'm actually reading the manga for one of the other series in the stories in the series, and it's actually not bad. It's got some really weird Japanese tropes in it that I am not really sure I can stomach, but whatevs. So yeah. I'm almost done with Transformers: Fall of Cybertron. Super good. You'll need to play it when I bring it back, Nate.
I need to finish War for Cybertron. So.
Because they're bringing out a new game that links the Fall of Cybertron and the movies, supposedly. Which I'm not really sure is because the movies aren't that good. But the Fall of Cybertron and the War for Cybertron are both excellent.
Is it the same studio, though?
No, it's a different studio than the ones
Then
that did
it's
the
going
original
to be
two
terrible.
games. Yeah. I started playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars The Old Republic again.
Cool.
Yeah, I resubscribed to that, and it's a lot of fun playing my bounty hunter.
When you
It is
said
really-
Knights of the Old Republic, I thought you meant the original
No.
game.
Actually, I bought that on Steam, a bundle with both games, and I'm playing through them both at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Why?
Because I like good things, and I play good games.
Multiple times.
Why not?
You're like, I'm going to beat this, and not move on to anything else.
Well, I have to beat the first one so that some of my decisions will carry over because they have that kind of stuff. And I can't wait to get HK. I'm actually just playing the game for HK 57. 47.
Of course you are.
He's the best character in the whole thing. Like, Revan, meh. HK, yes please. That's actually one of the reasons I subscribed is so I can get an HK 51 as one of my followers in the online game.
It would actually be very helpful.
It's hilarious. Anyway,
I want one.
So I finished that up. I have plans. I've done some art stuff for a friend who's looking for a comic book artist. I'm looking forward to hearing back from him. Maybe I can get a job doing that for the rest of my life, which would be amazing. But that's aside from that, I've been working and stuff and playing WildStar. The beta for WildStar is open till the 18th, and that game is so much fun. It's super stylized and it's very fast paced, and all the jobs are hybrid jobs for an MMO, and there's humor in it, and the animation quality is slick, and it's just so far it's like a breath of fresh air for the genre, because it's like if you took the four dudes around this table and said, let's make a video game, what would you like to do? And that's the kind of mentality it has, where you're like, well, I like wrestling, and you're like, well, I like the Green Lantern, and you're like, well, I like Batman, and this, and you're like, well, they've got a Stalker class, which is kind of like a Batman stealth tank. They've got an engineer that has robots and rocket launchers, They've got an Esper, which is an illusionary character that fights with constructs like the Green Lantern, that kind of stuff. And it's for wrestling, the warrior class is part pro wrestler, part awesome. Yay! They've got an arm cannon and a big sword, and it's just really sweet. Not gonna lie.
Did you have to do some sort of NDA for that non-disclosure agreement?
It's the reason why I haven't posted
Anything.
Everything that I've talked about the thing has already been seen on the main site, on YouTube and things like that, so I can actually talk about it, but I can't go into explicit detail. I just can tell you that the game is awesome. And I'm heavily thinking about buying it if I wasn't already playing Star Wars, maybe.
Well, when's it come out, though?
It comes out at the end of the month. So, yeah, it's like beta's open. If you got a beta key, beta's open up to the 18th, and then I think it comes out.
You get quick start.
Yeah, you get a 3-day. If you buy it ahead of time, you get like a rocket like a house that is literally in a rocket ship, it looks like a missile. And then you've got several other perks, and then you get 3 days head start, and you can save your character names and stuff like that ahead of time. And it's some really nice starter bonuses.
I saw the Transformers MMOs coming out in the not too distant future.
That's not an MMO.
It's not an MMO?
No, it's kind of like a third-person MOBA. You pick they have a preset amount of Transformers that have preset character modes and abilities. You pick up a Transformer and you just fight arena style. It was very disappointing.
I don't know. I prefer that over a MMO.
I really enjoyed the multiplayer mode.
Yes, because we all know how many MOBAs you play currently.
Yes, and MMOs.
Well, that's because people are like, we're going to do this as a sport. And
I really enjoyed the multiplayer for Fall of Cybertron and War of Cybertron, but in Fall, you actually can, as you go up in rank, you unlock pieces, and you kind of build your own Transformer within the different classes, which I thought was really cool. So, aside from all that, that's pretty much all I've been doing.
Word to your mother.
Yeah, I got back into gaming a little bit more, and I'm trying to get more into things, and I've got some articles that I'm getting ready to post up.
Nice.
That's what I've been doing.
Eli? What are you doing?
Well, I've been playing, right before I came here, I was playing a little Dark Souls 2, running around, finishing up, doing some more stuff in that.
So
the game's still fantastic.
I still need
Punishing
to play that
yourself.
game. So I could have skipped the whole thing and
I died in a really silly way, and the only thing I did was just go, Dark Souls. It just made me really happy.
you.
I was like, wow, I'm super powerful, and I still died. Dark Souls, cool. I was like, great. I get to run through this area again.
Yay.
Demon Souls is the only game that I've ever thrown a controller for.
Yeah. Demon Souls is pretty frustrating. But I was playing that. I've been playing a lot of Mario Golf online with some of my friends that also have cool, fun games. And so I've been playing that. The multiplayer online is really great because it's golf and it's fun. And I've been playing Kirby Triple Deluxe, which is also fantastic. There are some cool things they've added, like some kind of crazy overdrive mode where you can suck in the world and like you're just completely overpowered Kirby. I just exploded your Bryans.
That's some Katamari Damacy kind of crazy there.
It is. It's real crazy. But there's a lot of cool stuff. I hooked my Wii U up finally in my room, and so I've got my HDMI switch running, so that like no matter what system I turn on, it automatically switches to it, and I don't have to change inputs on my TV and switch cables around or do any kind of crazy acrobatics to play a video game.
A new TV.
Yep, and so I downloaded NES Remix for Wii U, and I was playing that. The game's a lot of fun. It takes a bunch of old Nintendo games, and it creates specific challenges within the regular versions of the games, like just little quick challenges that are completed within like a minute. And then it also like takes classic games and puts a twist on them. Like, for example, like on the old Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers, but on like Mario Brothers, you know, where the pipes are and you have the turtles that come out of the pipes and work their way down towards you.
Yeah.
With me? You with me here?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
I
So,
don't play this.
like, for instance, that one, there was one where it was like, protect Luigi and also kill all the guys. And so you start the level, and Luigi's just down there fuddling around in the corner.
Being Luigi.
And, you know, being Luigi. And there's all these guys coming down, you gotta try and kill them all. But also, the screen is zooming way out and tiling itself repeatedly over and over again as you go. So you're getting smaller and smaller, and there's more of you on the screen all at once as you go, and you're trying to complete this challenge. And it's really, really fun. Like, just quick little things that you can keep retrying over and over again for better times. And you unlock different stamps and stuff to use when you're posting, like, little, like, yay, I did it, things on Miiverse and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
I own a Virtual Boy.
Yeah, Virtual Boys are awesome. I need to get one of these days.
You own a what?
A
Virtual Boy.
I'm sorry.
Marquise doesn't even know what that is.
I know what it is. I just had to make sure I heard
yeah,
right.
no, he has a Virtual Boy.
It's something that made people go blind because it is awful.
The right eye went bad, so I gotta get a new one or get that fixed.
I watched a
your
little...
whole right eye.
No.
I was about to say, I was like, did Nintendo drove you blind with its awful things?
That's a different story.
Watched a couple movies on Netflix.
What'd you watch?
I watched the Thomas Crown Affair. I'd never seen it before. I thought it was pretty
Seriously? You've never
I'd
seen
never
that?
seen it before.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Now the old one or the one with Tom?
No, the one
Pierce
with
Brosnan?
the new one with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, that was...
The old one was pretty good too.
It was 15 years ago.
Those old movies are just, you know, there are a few that I like, but most of them just.
I'm an
annoy
old
me
movie
because
connoisseur. I love old movies, so.
my theory with old movies, with most old movies, now granted there are some that I really enjoy, but the way I feel about most old movies is literally nothing happens. And it's because directors and stuff, they just didn't know how to make things interesting.
It was wrong.
To me. Like, yeah, like everything was just, like, there would just be segments where there would be like 15, 20 minutes, and nobody saying anything, it's just silence on screen, you just hear the hiss of the old microphones, and literally nothing would happen. At the end of movies, there would be no resolution, there would be no, like, there would be no closure, no wrapping it up of the story, like, they couldn't, and it wouldn't be the kind of thing where, like, oh, it was good to let the audience fill in what happened next, it would literally just be... the thing would end right in the middle of something. Like, and you would just be like, why did I sit here and waste 2 hours watching this?
Because you hate yourself.
Because you got nothing from it.
You could just play Dark Souls and get the same result.
Yeah, I always accomplish something in Dark Souls.
Nice.
But, so I watched that, and I thought it was really good. They put Kill Bill 1 and 2 on Netflix, and I've never purchased those movies because I've always held out the hope.
You're like, I'm not interested.
One of these days,
eventually
one of these days, they're going to release that Ultimate Collector's Pack with a samurai sword or something cool that I want.
It's called the whole. What was it? The Whole Bloody Affair.
The Whole Bloody Affair. Yeah, one of these days, the Whole Bloody Affair will actually come out. And then I will regret buying those things. So just on principle, I will not buy them until that exists. So luckily now they're on Netflix and I can watch them in high definition. And it's good. So I watched both of those. They're still awesome. I still thoroughly enjoy both of those movies. The dialogue is clever in spots and
in spots not so clever.
And in spots not so clever, but
those not so clever spots are filled in with blood.
Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, man. it's kind of been slow because I had my sister in visiting, so for about 4 or 5 days this past week, I didn't do anything.
Sister time.
Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, we went and saw that the other week. I haven't got to talk about that yet on here, but I thought that was completely fantastic. And
did you listen to our podcast?
I didn't listen to it.
Okay.
And it's probably good that I didn't, because I'm sure I disagree with just about everything that was said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We were like, you know what? He's probably going to love this movie to death.
I'm pretty sure I disagree with everything that was said without even hearing it. So,
but you liked it.
I liked it a lot. I thought the Rhino suit was awesome. The only thing that I didn't like was that he had missiles and guns. If he didn't have missiles and guns, there would have been nothing wrong with that suit.
Well, it's a robotic rhinoceros. It has to have missiles and guns, or else you're going to go...
No.
Meh.
He was a dude in a rhino suit.
Yeah,
in the comics, it was just a guy in a suit.
And of all the Spider-Man, he was a dude in a mech suit.
Yeah.
And they made it work.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't need missiles and guns.
Of all the things you could model a giant war machine after, I never thought a rhinoceros would be one of them. You're like, you know what it needs?
I mean, a rhinoceros is serious business. It needs to turn into
a rhinoceros so it can charge at people with its machine guns and rockets.
A rhinoceros is really serious business. Like, it will mess you up. But the whole, I thought Electro was fine.
I would have called him the Mastodon.
I was worried that I would hate Jamie Foxx as Electro. I thought that was fine. In the previews, I always thought he looked stupid. I thought that was fine.
Almost as cool as that bus for the Ultimate Edition.
That thing is silly.
He's got derp
a derp face on all the way.
I've already started making memes for that. So.
Yeah, but that I thought the movie was fantastic. The action was great. Him swinging through the city at the beginning and busting out one-liners left and right, 100% true to the comic. Like the whole opening sequence just screamed to me like, we finally made Spider-Man on the big screen.
And then it lets you down the rest of the way.
No, it really didn't. It didn't.
I'm
gonna
have this argument.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
We'll argue about this later. We're not even out of the what are you doing segment.
He liked it. We disagreed with it, and that's that.
So Marquise, what are you doing?
No, that's it. I'm done.
That was a pretty good segue.
That was okay. So I read Avengers. I think it was number 29 or 30 this week. Captain America finally remembers that he got mind-wiped by the Illuminati, and he did not take it well. He gathered him a team, including Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hyperion, Thor, and Starbrand, kicked down Tony Stark's door to his workshop, and confronted him about it. And Tony did not take that too well, and told him that this was his house, and called a bunch of armors. They had a nice little fight, and then, shenanigans happened. Another Captain America from an alternate timeline appeared with a time gem, and boosh, we go to the future in book. Yeah.
Crazy!
I know. I read Ultimates, All New Ultimates number 2, with the All New Ultimates, Miles Morales and Spider-Girl and all that stuff. That's pretty good. It's picking up steam. It's not where it should be, but what is that? I saw Arrow this week. Arrow was amazing.
Season finale
of Arrow. 2. I'm catching up on the Blacklist right now. I'm like 3 episodes behind.
Jaw's gonna drop.
Yeah, I know, because I just finished. I just filmed Milton Bob with the Undertaker, so I got like maybe 3 more episodes to the season finale. But the Blacklist is a great show.
It is a good show.
If you're not watching the Blacklist, you need to jump on board. This show is awesome. Shield season finale was ridiculously awesome. It was probably the best episode since Turn, which is the episode after Captain America. Sam Jackson cameoed.
I heard about that.
He was in a good 15 minutes of the show. Still longer than what I thought it would be. There were some changes. Some cool things went down. We'll probably talk about that a little later. But some cool stuff went down. So it was great fight scenes. It has some good humor. It was you can tell that it's very Joss Whedon-esque. the whole series finale.
Season.
The season finale. Yeah.
It is coming back in the fall.
Saw the Arrow trailer. We'll talk about that.
You mean the Flash?
Oh no, I saw the one with Arrow with the Fast of the Arrow. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. I saw that one first.
Still a Flash trailer.
Yeah, but he was in it and he was shooting arrows, and so
He's in the other one too.
Yeah, but this one was more centered towards him. But let's see. I watched Pain and Gain on Netflix. Yeah, Michael Bay is it lacked explosions, but it had girls and dudes with muscle in America. So just it lacked explosions in this one. It wasn't great. It wasn't like the best piece of work. I wish he'd have saved all that for Bad Boys 3, which we'll never see.
Yeah, it's too late. I really wanted Bad Boys 3 to happen 10 years ago.
Yeah. Other than that, I read Futures End #1 from DC Comics. Terry, I got a minute left. Terry McGinnis is now sort of in our timeline, trying to stop the creation of Brother Eye. Brother Eye is the all powerful superhero satellite that can kill all the superheroes and stuff. Or
No idea what that is.
yeah,
No.
Boom.
So yeah, if Brother Eye was back in like Infinity Crisis, you'll have to go back and read that, and then
Infinite Crisis.
Basically Batman got mind wiped, and he got mad when he found out he got mind wiped, and he created a satellite to watch all the superheroes and keep track of them. And
I remember the mind wiping of Batman. Was it part of the Identity Crisis? Yeah, that was.
And when he remembered, he got mad and made a satellite to watch all the superheroes.
Yeah.
And the satellite was to record all the strengths and weaknesses, and be ready for him. It was basically his Tower of Babel situation, except he made it on a global scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moral of the story is
leave it to Batman to bring down the DCU by himself.
The moral of the story is don't make Batman angry.
I would love. You know what I would love to see is if Batman was like, I foresaw this, so I figured I poured some resources in, and I transversed to another dimension, and I've been watching Marvel too. He's gonna. The Marvel's like, what's that weird satellite? It's not. Oh, Stark, is that one of yours? He's like, no. What is that? And everything just goes black.
And and my last thing was that my first part of my Avengers Versus article is up, and Nick Fury is my team leader. So if you're gonna fight Captain America, you need someone who knows him inside and out, and someone who's got years of experience leading a team, tons of secret bases, and tons of a huge arsenal, and that is Nick Fury.
Yarp.
Nick Fury,
Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So,
Fury.
Nathan Hendy, sir, what have you been doing?
I actually have a large list because I had nothing to do. So I saw I, Frankenstein in 3D.
I'm sorry.
No, it's actually better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. So,
Wow.
because it was a
I don't understand you people with
It was
your
a
hate
simple-
for no reason.
No, I had lots of reasons, and you should have listened to last week's podcast.
Or you could have been here.
Oh, bam!
You're like, bye, stop.
Did Steve really just say
Yeah,
that?
Yes,
he
I
did.
did, because
Yeah.
I was here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Steve really just said that?
Yeah.
All right. So,
You guys are hateful.
I, Frankenstein, just, if you like, say, the Underworld movies, Resident Evil, it's the same kind of ilk.
It's the same guy.
Same as Underworld, yes. And
It's literally just Frankenstein fighting gargoyles and demons.
yeah, the gargoyles are also lower level angels, basically.
Was Goliath in it? And Lexington and Hudson and
No,
No, see that's
Gideon.
That's what I wanted. I want.
William again. Keith David comes out as Goliath.
Yeah, Disney owns that, so that's never happening.
What if they did do not a live action, but like a CG movie?
Oh, that would be good.
I'm writing this tonight.
It'd be so good.
Let's see. They
He's
get
looking for the soda petition
They get
online.
Jerry Bruckheimer to produce it. Let's see. Tales of Vesperia, The First Strike, movie, animated film. Watched it dubbed on Hulu Plus, and it was actually good. I liked the Tales of Vesperia game. I didn't play a whole lot of it, but I was like,
The Tales of games are always excellent.
They're good. It's just sometimes you get tired of it. You're like, I'm done. And then you take a break, and then a year later come back.
I think the last one I played through was Tales of Symphonia, and that was awesome.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
They did the HD remake recently, which, if I had a PS3, I'd be down for that.
Super good.
24, I watched this week's 24. Great episode.
Dude, Jack Bauer.
Jack Bauer's the man.
They're shooting at us!
Yeah, it's
He's
awesome.
a freaking genius.
You got to watch that show if
He's
you
a
like action.
genius.
Louis, I'm caught up with the newest season, and that show is brilliantly written and acted out. It had Yvonne Strahovski in it from Chuck. She was also in I, Frankenstein, and she was also on this week's 24. So I had a lot of Sarah from Chuck this week. Let's see, Vampire Academy. I watched that. I got that for my girlfriend. It's not amazing.
Looks awful.
Well, it's basically what was it? Harry Potter meets Twilight.
Which means that movie looks awful.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of the lore around it was somewhat interesting. The girl that played the main character was a little annoying, though, because she always had to have the smart one-liners. And as you know, if you don't do that perfectly, it's going to come off as rude and stupid. So
She was mostly rude and stupid in the movie.
and she's Leah Thompson's daughter in real life, which I found interesting. From Back to the Future and Caroline in the City. Let's see. I started watching Blue Jasmine. That's a Woody Allen film. It's got Kate Blanchett, Louis C.K., Andrew Dice Clay, not Adam Baldwin, Alec Baldwin. There we go. I watched 15.
Hey, Dice.
It's got Dice, man. And I thought, this is going to be interesting. 15 minutes in, I said, I'm done.
And isn't that the one she won the Oscar for?
I probably... Yeah, I just...
So was it boring or just not
Yeah, it was
good?
boring.
Okay.
Just boring. Just completely boring.
It's kind of like when I tried to pick up Dance of Dragons again, and I got halfway... I got 10 or 12 pages in from where I left off and was like,
No, I'm done.
Fwap.
Yeah.
I'm done. It's boring.
It can be a little boring. It's a lot
lot
to chew
boring.
through. I was going to play some Call of Duty Ghost, but ran out of
Then
time
you
for
realize
that.
that game is not good. So
Well, I
you
rented
didn't
it.
play it.
I just rented it. I just want a shooter that has a story that lasts more than 5 seconds.
Well, then you're not looking in the right place, buddy.
Well, I also have an Xbox One, so until next week when
You're also not looking
Castles-
in the right place.
Castle Wolfenstein comes out,
Oh, that
then-
game looks
Why are you buying that?
because I'm not going to buy Watch Dogs. So, let's see, I played Grand Theft Auto 5.
Wait, you're not gonna buy Watch Dogs?
not for the Xbox.
Well, I'm not going to buy it.
They're working on a 1080p version.
No
that's the
one
thing
has a
I-
1080p version.
That's the thing I
No
don't like.
consoles have 1080p.
They're like,
Yeah.
nope, we're going to release this on a super powerful high def console, but it's not going to be super power high def. It's just going to be the game that should have came out at the tailor end of the last generation, but we delayed it.
Yeah. And let's see, played Grand Theft Auto 5 for a little bit. The Darkness 2, I played that for a lot.
Darkness 2 is a good game.
It's good, it's fun, it's bloody, and it's not an exceptional game, but I like the art style. I feel it's more fleshed out overall as opposed to the last game, but there's still some
I think
filler.
it's fun, especially when you're like ripping dudes in half and grabbing car doors and
Oh yeah.
it's so much. I don't even care about the story at certain points.
Well, yeah, it's the murder in it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just really good.
Dead Rising 3 expansions, still going through those. I'm on the third one now where you play the biker dude from
I still
the
haven't
beginning of the
finished that
game.
game.
I beat it. I enjoyed it. The game, not the expansions.
I was just messing with my chair, and then I remembered that
It'll cut your fingers
it'll
off.
cut
You'll
my
cut my
fingers
fingers
off, so I stopped immediately.
You were like, dude,
I was like, dude,
whoa, dodge that bullet.
All right.
I like my fingers.
You kind of need them for life.
Yeah.
Season finales, I watched S.H.I.E.L.D. and Arrow, which those were pretty good. Did anyone here watch the Once Upon a Time season finale?
Nope.
No,
Marquise?
I've not watched it yet, but I've seen the clip of the last
Last few seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney's cashing in on their cash cow.
Yeah,
that's
so
really
Elsa
good.
from Frozen is going to be in the next season.
Oh,
They haven't even cast the actress yet, so they just had some attractive woman in the same dress.
It's going to be Idina Menzel. I mean,
That's really funny.
it looks awful.
No, it's not going to be her. Because she's not going to sing. Let's see, I watched the Castle season finale, which was
I
actually
didn't
really
get to
good.
see that yet. Don't spoil it.
I hate you so much. All right, well, cliffhanger.
Is good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It was actually a really good episode. I'll just say that the plot of it involves something totally different for the show.
Okay. That's
And it comes back around to other things. Which I was going to say more, but this guy. Shield, I loved. Just really well done. I won't spoil because you guys are going to have to catch up. Blacklist, amazing season finale.
Such a good show.
Dude, they will just turn on someone and kill them in a second in this show.
It's like watching Revenge.
Revenge and
Actually, that wasn't a bad.
The season finale for it was pretty good.
Actually,
Chantel enjoyed that.
I need to
Yeah.
talk about that season finale. I had a lot of problems with it.
Chantel said it was pretty. Chantel said it was pretty good, and she's Revenge. That's her show. She said there was problems, but
Oh, there's lots of problems, but it was like you've been in this. It's like you're a character that's not from the original season. You've been here for a couple episodes. Yeah, you're probably gonna die.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Revenge, I enjoyed it, but actually someone, that passed away was someone I was glad passed away. I was like, oh, you can die now.
I don't know. It was difficult when the original writer bails on the show after the first season.
Which was the season I really liked.
Oh, it was the best season so far.
Season 3 is kind of like cleaning up everything. All right, so let's talk about box office.
oh, you're done. Oh wow,
Yeah, what you got?
I wasn't expecting you to be done so fast.
Well, I was trying to go through them.
You said you had a lot
Then
of stuff.
everyone interrupted me because I was trying to make it through everything.
Well, we're
And
a bunch of chatty
then-
Cathy's over here, so we like to talk.
I know. Well, we have a lot of other stuff to talk
There's a
about,
ton of video game news.
All right,
It's probably all in the
which
video
we'll get
game
to
show.
right after the top 10 movies.
Okay, so number one is Neighbors with $49 million.
The movie does.
I
look
watched
funny.
like 10 seconds of that while we were working at the movie theater the other day.
Was it funny?
It looked pretty funny.
Okay.
It
I heard
does
good
look
things.
pretty funny.
Number two was The Amazing Spider-Man with $35.5 million. Number three was The Other Woman with $9.6 million.
It looks dumb.
Number
It
four
looks
was
pretty good.
Heaven is for Real with $7.4 million. Number five was Captain America: The Winter Soldier with $5.7 million.
Captain America's awesome.
I think I'm gonna buy Thor: The Dark World this week.
That's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
It's a good investment.
Rio
Buy
2
that
came
movie.
in number 6 with $5 million.
Do you like good things? Buy this movie.
Number 7 was A Mom's Night Out with $4.3 million.
I didn't even know that movie
What is
existed.
that?
Yeah, it's
about moms and babysitting and
And it sounds
And-
it's
awesome.
like Adventures in Babysitting. But
and
where
Sean
they're moms.
Astin and Legends of Oz: Dorothy's Return came out at number 8 with
Budget
3.7.
CG.
It
Yeah, it
bombed.
was awful.
Had Leia Michelle from Glee.
Yeah,
Budget
that's why.
CG.
Yeah, that CG was bad.
Number 9 is Divergent, still holding strong with $1.7
I think
million.
the term one uses
It's
Detergent.
Divergent was actually not a terrible film,
Eh.
but if you know the ending of the series, then
Yeah.
say it.
Detergent.
do you know
And
the
then,
ending?
yeah, I know the ending.
Oh.
My sister told me. I'm still
That's
reading the
alright.
books, but my sister told me the
I should
ending.
be playing.
Number 10 is Brick Mansions.
Nah.
Gonna
With
rent that
1.6.
one.
That's a rental title.
That's a
Hello,
turd first.
Redbox.
And that is
Turd
the top 10 box office.
You can see
All
the
right, let's
stinky
talk about
thumbs
some
down.
video game
Yeah,
news.
Oh
Eli, what you
man,
got?
guys! Microsoft is at it again with their crazy shenanigans. They've pulled the Kinect from the Xbox One, and they'll be releasing a Kinect free bundle at $400 later this year.
And now they're speculating that it'll be even more powerful.
It just looks bad.
They said they're working with their game that develops right now.
It's not gonna literally be more powerful. It's gonna be the same hardware.
It's just gonna.
They're just
Who's it?
looking at unlocking the
Resources.
the managed resources that are reserved for Kinect.
Yeah.
They're looking at removing that reservation if a Kinect is not connected.
Yeah.
Basically.
That way you can play games.
So
in 1080p.
even if I have one with a Kinect, I can unplug the Kinect. It's not going to be as big a deal as people are making it out to be in any way. I don't think it's going to affect development. I don't think that it's going to affect really anything at all. And nothing may ever come of it. They've also decided that they are going the way of PlayStation Plus and removing the gold requirement for your streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, which is fantastic. Coming out next week, we have Wolfenstein: The New Order for PC, Xbox One, PS4, PS3, and Xbox 360.
Yay!
Also, Supergiant Games' new game finally comes out, Transistor for PS4.
I love that song by 311.
And the PC also. But this game looks absolutely fantastic. To those of you out there that haven't played Bastion, which was Supergiant Games' first game,
Bastion was amazing.
Bastion was an incredible game. Absolutely astounding.
Yeah,
tons of replay value.
I've played through that game, I think, 3-4 times.
One of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a game. Absolutely
the
fantastic
narration
music.
really made that game great.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the music in this one because I know it's going to be just as good. That stuff's all coming out. We're going to have Mega Man 5 on the eShop. Moving on to other video game news.
Really?
Philips is seeking damages, a trial, and the removal of the Wii U from stores in the United States because they're claiming that Nintendo has copied 2 of their patents. One was for where a bit of code would mirror a user's real-life actions inside of a game, and another one was for a patent revolving around a system that would use a pointing device.
Then they had to sue Xbox because the Kinect is the same technology.
Unless Xbox paid them.
Xbox paid rights to the patent, but they probably didn't because it's probably really loose. Philips probably doesn't have any ground to stand on.
Kind of like where
patents are weird anyway.
Yes.
Because a lot of patents are just flippant ideas that people don't have an idea how to actually implement themselves. And so that's patents. But BioWare released the most popular names that people named their shepherds. Mm-hmm. For the male shepherd, the most popular name was Jack.
Really?
And for female shepherd, the most popular name was Sarah. The male list went on to be James, Chris, Alex, and Michael. And the female list was Kate, Alice, Jessica, and Alex as the runners-up.
No,
my shepherd's name is Marcus Shepherd.
My shepherd's name is Eli Shepherd.
Steve Shepherd was the best shepherd, baby!
Because that's my name.
Yeah, because you're the hero.
And I'm the hero. Come on, people. Unless a lot of you are named Jack, what's your excuse?
And then the female shep, my fem shep, was Elena. Named after
I haven't played this
amazing character
from
Uncharted.
There is no FemShep. There is only one Commander Shepard.
Ouch.
Right.
That's the truth.
And he's a man, and he's default.
Yes. His name is Default Shepard. I'm going to start a new game with Default Shepard.
Default Shepard. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be Renegade.
That's the only Shepherd there is, because why do I need to customize a character when you put the main character on the box art?
And he looks cool.
And he looks awesome.
You know what they should do? They should give me the ability to have Nolan North voice the main character, because then the voice acting might not be awful.
Yeah. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite podcast on the Citadel.
Nice. Bazing!
Far Cry 4 just got announced, and the cover art that they've shown so far features some bad anatomy, because the guy is totally missing his right leg. Or at least it's bent in some weird way that is unexplainable by human logic. Because
the guy would have to be...
Their artist might be fired. I don't know.
The guy would have to be so
far
forward, from
He
him.
would have to be so far forward that he couldn't put his hand on his head.
Exactly.
Okay,
or he would have his leg twisted down beside him at a really weird angle. Because he's got his hand on his other knee... And he's leaning on his elbow and scratching his chin.
Right, he would have...
So it's bad. The art is bad.
Hold on, let me find this art.
He has to see this now.
Here it is.
As an artist.
I've got it ready to go for you.
Where's the leg? Where's the leg?
Explain it, Steve. Exactly.
Where's the leg?
Hold on,
Okay, but it's been announced. It's coming out November 18th.
Okay,
I'm excited for the game.
For pretty much everything.
Not the box art, but the game.
I'm excited if they do something cool.
That box art looks
All they have to do is sell me better graphics and bigger area.
Tom Clancy's The Division has been delayed until 2015.
How about a better story for Far Cry 4?
Capcom has announced Ultra Street Fighter 4.
I'm done.
The release date.
Done. Street Fighter is dead to me.
Let's see, when is that coming out? That's coming out June 4th.
Why don't they just call it Street Fighter 5?
But Xbox is releasing Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter for Xbox Live.
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade.
For June.
Yeah.
You better
so you can get, I think you'll be able to get the upgrade to Ultra.
I'm so
cheap if you do
tired
having
of
Fight Night.
Capcom.
Well, no, the one they just mentioned you get for free.
No. I'm just saying I hate Capcom because they can't make anything good on their own.
Hey guys.
I like Dead Rising 3.
Do you like video games?
Yes.
No.
Well, in just a few short weeks, you know what time it is.
There's like some E's.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Three to be exact.
Nice.
E3 is coming starting June 9th. Microsoft is going to get things kicked off at 9:30 in the morning with their press conference.
I hope it's better than last year's press conference.
Then we're gonna roll into EA at noon. Ubisoft at 3 p.m. They're always bad, like guaranteed to be a total crap fest.
They're like, hey guys,
Gosh, this wasn't bad. Ubisoft
with
wasn't bad.
Aisha Tyler or somebody hosting.
No, they gotta get Joel McHale back. He's like, well, I gotta have a job somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be good if they had Joel McHale on there because he'd be extra bitter.
Aisha Tyler, she's
this
not
time.
bad.
She's awful.
She's not bad. She's just...
Aisha Tyler is awful.
Better than Caffeine Guy.
Awful. Mr. Caffeine?
Yes.
That guy was awful.
So bad.
So was Tobuscus when he was on there. They had
That's actually a
Tobuscus.
real name?
That's his YouTube name.
I don't know.
Toby Tobuscus, whatever. They had him on there.
Needs to burn.
Awful. Aisha Tyler, awful. Awkward, terrible jokes.
Okay, so what's next?
Bad. Then after that, Sony is going to round things out at 6 in the evening. Nintendo is not having an E3 press conference this year. They're having a special digital event.
I'm not surprised.
On
It's a digital
Tuesday.
event that's saying we don't have anything new. Please still buy our products.
Yeah, they might have some kind of surprise.
They might have a Zelda game.
You never know.
The Zelda game whose demonstration does not look good. Skyward Sword.
That was because of people's cell phone interference, Steve. That's not fair.
That was because the game was poorly designed.
Don't be fair. Be fair, Steve.
Yeah, it's not like we live in a world where cell phones are everywhere constantly.
Or
but
the
anyway.
fact that
We
you can
don't.
complicate
That's not a thing that happens
Or maybe it's
ever.
the fact that I'm just bitter because,
Yesterday,
You got screwed by Nintendo.
yesterday, Super Time Force finally came out on Xbox One.
What's that?
That's the game by Cappy Studios that you can create multiple clones of yourself by rewinding time, and you're blasting dudes all over the place, and so you're dying, and then you're spawning as a different dude, and if you change their fate, then you can rescue them and add them back to your squad. Crazy stuff, looks amazing. I didn't get to download it because we had storms yesterday, so none of my stuff was turned on.
I left mine on. I was like, I'll brave it up.
Yeah, I'm totally ready for that game because I've been looking forward to playing it for a long time. And that'll tide me over until next week when Transistor comes out. That's your gaming news this week.
Game news!
There was a lot.
I'm excited for the E3s.
A lot of it just happened in the last couple days, too. Like the Kinect thing and Far Cry 4 was announced today and all that stuff.
Far Cry 4, now that
we're getting close to E3 and people are announcing stuff.
That box art looks awful.
It's bad. It's not well thought out.
No, well, I mean, most of the box art was pretty. The picture itself was pretty slicked up.
Yeah.
And there's just one part where you're like,
he's either missing. Maybe that's one of the plot points. Maybe he's doesn't have a leg.
maybe he's a bad guy.
Maybe he's a one-leg guy.
Maybe he doesn't have his right leg, but maybe he gets a prosthetic that's a machine gun.
I thought,
because that would be amazing.
They sewed his leg on, or his stump, onto that little
The guy's
little
back.
guy.
Yeah, and that's...
so that little guy that he walks around on...
That would be Far Cry-ish right there. That would be Far Cry-ish.
The little guy that he walks around as a leg can throw grenades. That's why he's holding the grenade in the
That
picture.
would be so Far Cry right there. It wouldn't even be funny.
See, all you got...
So you could, if you kick with your leg, then the guy throws a grenade.
Or maybe he only has...
Is that the main character?
No, that's the bad guy. That's the evil king, I'm guessing.
It's cool. Yeah, all I know is that Far Cry 4 will probably have an awful ending again.
Most
Yeah,
Far
that's
Cry's
almost
do.
guaranteed.
That's a Far Cry thing.
You know what happened in the first Far Cry? The terrible ending started about 10 minutes into that game when you
The whole game was awful.
When you got into the beach, when you got off the beach and got into the cave and monsters showed up. That was when the bad ending started because
the entire game, Eli.
yeah, because seriously, like how do you release a demo where all you get to do is run around on a beach and fight humans, and it's amazing AI for the time, it's amazing graphics for the time, and then you have free roam over this awesome open environment, and then all of a sudden you're crammed into this cave and monsters show up, and then all of a sudden you're just got bullet sponges, the game is dumb, the plot is dumb, and then at the end of the game you fight a giant monster with rocket launcher arms.
Then
Sounds like a Far Cry game to me.
actually, it sounds like the next Quake game.
Yeah, I was like, are we playing Quake or Far Cry?
You know, it's funny because going.
It sounds like you were playing Doom instead.
I also want to bring up. Jeez. Although the Wolfenstein: The New Order does come with the Doom beta access.
No way.
Yes, it does. And also on Amazon.
Whenever that starts.
And Amazon's giving $10 back. So like you buy the game, then your next purchase gets $10 off. So.
There's been some early hate towards Destiny.
That's Bungie's game.
They've been giving closed doors hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff has said that it's pretty underwhelming. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I think I've read a
done.
few articles.
A lot of stuff has really said that it's pretty underwhelming. I'm concerned because I think the game looks amazing. I think it would be a lot of fun. But a lot of the things I'm hearing sound like things that I would observe if I were playing it.
Bungie, I think what it is maybe Bungie spent too much time under the Microsoft umbrella and they've lost something.
For some reason, Bungie's board of directors fired Marty O'Donnell. Mm-hmm. They terminated him without cause.
No, that's the audio guy.
Have we talked about
the
the mass exodus from Naughty Dog?
Amy Hennig. Left.
Dude,
creative director, right?
There was a lot of people who's been leaving Naughty Dog as of late.
Amy Hennig pieced out.
Here's my thing with
why
that.
Would she piece out
it's
then?
either either differences with the studios, or they're just like, you know what, I can get a better job now because I made Uncharted and
true.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
Once you make games of that high quality, people notice.
Want
they're like, hey Steve, you were like the art guy, you weren't even the director, but I want to give you your whole studio right now to help with
to make whatever game you want.
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay. I mean,
Right.
literally,
whatever game you want, as long as it releases by 2016.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That'd be the most
We will
amazing
give you
thing.
900 people to work with because we're Activision.
Yeah.
And if you don't, we'll drive you off a cliff.
But I mean,
and leave you to die.
Stuff like that is crazy.
Yeah,
The hype is just going to continue building all the way to and through E3.
Yeah, I'm not really.
It's going to be a big year because there's no consoles to worry about now.
Thank goodness.
If there is a console, it'll be from Nintendo, and it'll be like
a better handheld.
A better
Hopefully, it'll
3DS.
be a better handheld.
Oh, I was going to say a Wii U XL.
Or like a new Wii U, a new version of the Wii U, or
something that someone else will not buy.
You're holding a 20-inch
price
thing
drop.
now.
It'll be something like that. Any surprises this year, I think, will come from Nintendo.
The new Wii U screen's actually a plasma with
Hopefully-
controls.
It's a headset with the goggles and stuff, and you just wave your hands around like an idiot in front of
The
your TV.
goggles, they
Oh
do
my
nothing.
Oh my, that would be terrible.
He's so awesome. No, wait, what? What are we talking about?
But
Virtual U.
What if it was a
U,
virtual
yes.
U?
Virtua U.
Oh,
No, that's Sega. I can't do that.
But
so good.
Well, also, I wanted to mention Watch Dogs real quick
We're going
because
to introduce our new system. It's
we
Dreamcast 2.
tapped on it, but I just found it interesting because Sony's been.
none of the consoles are going to have 1080p 60 frames a second.
Lame.
I know. Well, they were.
It's totally lame.
It's one of the things where like, oh look, PS4 can do this. It's got the power. But then they're like, yeah, we just didn't. We're like,
we just didn't do it.
we just didn't.
You know
we're
that
not gonna-
game
yeah.
that's coming out soon called Watch Dogs? The game that we probably should have put on the previous generation. We're just gonna, put it on this generation.
But here's the thing. They keep saying this game is the beginning of the next generation. I mean, you guys have probably all seen the ads with like, welcome to the new generation with Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
They're Wolfenstein, The New Order
Guess what? If
runs
it's coming,
1080p.
Guess
native.
what? If it comes out on last gen consoles,
Probably not gonna let
you
you
are
do
not
that.
the next generation.
Yeah,
No.
Like, it doesn't matter if you ported it back, You're spending time on previous generation consoles.
So that means Inquisition's not a next-gen game because it's going to be on Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah. Well, that's because they want to go, you know what we could do? We could reach more people this way.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
That's all they care about.
Well,
and that's silly.
But that's not silly because
You're not going to get that for another couple years.
Well, remember when Xbox was like, you know what? If you don't want to buy an Xbox One, you could still play. You could
just play games on the Xbox 360.
You could shove it and go play it on the 360, which is true. But then you have those developers that realize that not everyone wants to shovel out $400 yet to buy a system.
So they're going to do this instead and just go, hey, I'll play it on my 360 with some of my friends.
But guess what? They didn't have this problem. They didn't have this problem when the PS3 came out and it was $600.
It was $500.
It was $600.
It was 5 and 6 because they had two tiers. Was it 20 and 60 gig?
Yeah.
I thought
No, it was 40 and 60 gig.
No, it was 20 and 60.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, if you look at the PlayStation 3 as well, Persona 5, which comes out in 2015, is a PS3 title.
I know, and that's because Atlas. They're a tiny studio, and they can't afford next-gen development costs.
But, I mean, well into the beginning of the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 games were still being released because people still bought them.
Japan, I'm pretty sure they still have PS2 games come out in Japan.
They still have Dreamcast games.
Yeah, there are still new PS2 games being made.
Because
people want the games.
People want the games.
That's fine.
That's the thing, is a supply. I mean, it's a supply and demand thing. You could come out with a new Street Fighter game every year, like Capcom does, or a new Street Fighter add-on. When it's really just add a new character, or add a new play mode, and it's the most ridiculous and boring thing ever, you know. And,
Mario Party. Sorry.
Yeah. Or Mario Party.
They haven't made one of those for a while.
Which is good. Those were terrible.
Which is good. They were
Maybe
terrible.
that'll be an announcement at E3.
And
Mario Party U.
So, Marquise, what entertainment news do you have for us?
Well, we were going to talk about
The trailers.
We talked about trailer. We watched the Flash trailer,
which was good.
I thought it looked fantastic.
It looks fantastic.
All right. Does anyone have a problem with it?
No, we're good with that.
All right, great. Yeah,
All
Flash
right.
trailer. You got to watch it. Now,
right.
the next thing, which is
Next
not a trailer, or you watch.
We're going to talk about the Age of Transformers trailer because that's
Transformers
Age of Extinction.
of Turd Ferguson.
Now
Actually,
the trailer. Don't get me wrong. The trailer looked decent, but
It looked like more typical Michael Bay close-up action shots.
I'm with Easy.
Yeah, but it didn't look as confusing as some of the other ones where they're flipping.
I'm gonna go
monkeys.
I still
meh
couldn't tell what was happening.
Because I'm not getting excited because last time I got excited, I walked in
Transformers 2.
3 and 2, and
actually, Dark of the Moon wasn't awful.
My soul.
Dark of the Moon is horrible.
It's a good movie. I liked it.
They killed my favorite
It
Transformer in
lasted
3.
about
Ironhide?
3 hours too long.
And then yeah, and
They
then
make it only 9 hours.
and then there was Shia and all the no, and some Shia LaBeouf. That's all you heard. Shut
He's
up.
pointless.
Robots. Stomp on him.
Yeah.
Robots. Robots fighting robots.
End him. Robots.
Mark Wahlberg makes a better human friend, I think. Than
At least he's shooting a gun.
It's because he's
Yeah.
And it's a space gun, and it's not like some like a pea shooter gun.
That was actually one of my favorite parts of the,
At least
of
he
the
could
first
be like,
movie where the commandos were taking down like stuff.
Yeah, they barely had the ability to, but they practiced and were like, "Yeah, we can take one down."
Well, that
awesome.
was actually pretty awesome. Where the first movie was good, the second movie was completely awful. It was like the Batman and Robin of the series. It was meant to sell toys and cars. And the third movie was not as awful. So Dark of the Moon was not.
What else?
They revealed the Batman suit
Oh
for
yeah.
Batman vs.
Batsuit.
Superman.
It looks
And the
like,
Batmobile.
All right,
the
let's talk
Batmobile.
about
Batmobile
this.
doesn't look as bad as the suit. The suit
I
looks like
think they both look awesome.
I don't have.
suit looks like he's made. It looks like he's literally covered in paper mache.
We went,
No,
we went back in time and
It
said,
looks
hey,
awesome.
look, let's take that Michael Keaton "You Can't Move Your Neck" suit and put it on.
You know, it looks
Ben
like
Affleck.
it looks
And
like
Ben
it looks like the
Affleck.
Dark Knight Returns. It looks like the Frank
Yeah.
Miller. You know,
Yeah, it looks
No,
awful,
awful.
I thought
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I
it
like
looked like
I
the
like
Dark.
I like the
Looks
Batman
freaking
Begins suit.
awesome.
The
I
one
like the
suit.
stubby ears. I
Yeah,
think
like the
that's
Dark
awesome.
Knight Returns.
Yeah.
The one suit that
Batmobile
I really
looks
liked.
incredible.
I like Batman Begins, but I would really prefer the new 52 costume,
That's a good way to reveal it. Like in a setting, you know,
where it looks
a nice
awful.
grayscale picture. awesome.
It looks awful.
Look fantastic.
I was just looking at some of the
Haters
memes
gonna
and-
hate.
I think the suit they're using though is
It might just be a prototype.
he's an older Batman. He's
Yep.
been through a lot of stuff.
Yep.
But it can't be a prototype because they're already shooting, aren't they?
Yeah, they're shooting
Yeah, so
They've
it's
been
it's
shooting
it's done.
for a little bit.
That is the suit, and he's an older Batman. He's been through some stuff, so it's like Returns.
Okay, so is it? I really,
He's been through a lot of stuff,
Why don't
so
they
he
just
needs
do the
more
Dark Knight
protection.
Returns Batman suit where it's just,
It's really close to that.
where he plugs into this power grid of Gotham and beats the crap out of Superman?
That might happen.
That was
I'm
the
sure
part where
at some
Superman's in
point
there
he's-
talking to Bruce. He's got an American Eagle on his arm. It was
I'm
so
sure
good.
at some point he's gonna have to put Superman in his place because
See, I really want.
otherwise there's no point in having Batman and Superman in the same movie.
Especially since it's
If
called
Superman-
Batman versus
yeah.
Superman.
No.
Superman
Oh,
versus Batman.
you're not forgetting Cyborg and Wonder Woman and
Aquaman.
Aquaman and probably Green Lantern.
Oh, so we're calling this the Justice League prequel now? Is that what we're just
They're
going to
they're just gonna
I'm
pop
Aquaman.
in. They're just
DC's
gonna
not
pop
doing
in.
it right. They need.
It's not going to
they-
be what you think. It's not going to be.
Oh,
They're not going to have
it's
huge
gonna be
roles.
it's going to be
But
exactly
they're
what
gonna
I think.
pop in.
It's
not
going
going
to be
cameos, though.
It's
Bigger
going
They're
to
not
be
going to be.
a
It's
giant
bigger than a
blockbuster.
cameo, but it's not like an integral part. They're just going to show up and be like, "Hey,
Are they going to Agent
I'm
Coulson
doing
it?
this." Probably,
You think they're going to have like one big scene and then they're gone?
maybe so.
See,
Yeah.
that's the
If
thing.
that.
Wonder Woman is one of the big three. You can't just.
You couldn't tell.
She
No,
is for the comics, but for everything else in the world, DC related, she's
Well,
not, which hurts me.
If you think about it, DC's movies are bad lately.
Yes.
And
Well, that's because they released The Dark Knight Rises.
Which was bad.
Batman gave up.
I heard someone say they hated The Dark Knight, and I was like, no.
Ooh, no, you're wrong. You need to finish that.
the Green
sentence.
Lantern
I told
movie
that.
needed to be
Hate the
fixed.
Dark
It
Knight
needed to be,
Rises.
the Green Lantern movie needed a lot of work still, and it just looks like they're blundering through the dark.
I
and
don't
know
excuse
what
that
they're doing.
because Jeff
That movie was
Johns
fun.
put his stamp of approval in that movie.
That movie was
I'll
fun.
excuse that because
I don't-
Jeff Johns is
I
not a
don't-
good writer.
I still enjoy
I
that
don't-
movie. It's fun to watch.
No, it's so slow.
I like that movie.
that movie, he's Jeff Johns is good to an extent.
He's a good
I
Green
love
Lantern
to
writer.
give you guys
So
things to hate me
yeah.
for. Oh god! Oh god! That actually hurt. That gun is powerful.
But the movie was poorly paced. It
had
felt
to.
like it was
I was
crammed
not
into
expecting that.
everything. It was just not good. The graphics
It's
and,
been
and
so many
special
months.
effects were phenomenal. But
I've been shocked.
I don't know.
Eli's dying over there.
Superman versus Batman. It's probably going to be bad.
I don't know. It's got, a
It's
good...
gonna be
Here's the thing.
awesome.
It's got a good creative team because we have
Yes.
Scott Snyder, who... I liked Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was
Zack
not
Snyder.
a bad movie. There's only one gripe
there's
I
a
have
writer.
with that film. When I watched it, there's only one gripe I have about it. The fact that he killed Zod and did not put him in the Phantom Zone. And that's the only thing I found wrong with the
Which,
film.
that was
I don't have a
really...
problem with that.
They
I
could...
have a big problem with that.
The way they set it up to put people in the Phantom Zone was so crazy that it would have been
Yeah.
hard to actually do that.
You go to the Fortress of Solitude, you're like, oh, some convoluted Kryptonian technology my daddy left me, and you pick up the projector, you shoot him with it, and then you can have him in another film. Because Zod is awesome.
But here's the thing, though. They're not going to have enough...
Neo before Zod,
They're not
man.
going to have enough films that they want to bring him back later in.
I don't
like,
think-
the most anybody gets is 3.
The
So-
Superman sequel is literally Batman.
Superman 4...
Yeah. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were
when you
four
have
of
to make a
them.
sequel
But
to
that's
a
the whole
movie,
thing.
It's so bad.
Like-
They're not going to use Darkseid or Doomsday. They went after Batman as his next bad guy. So come on now.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
he's
I
not...
would love to see it.
Batman's not going to be the bad guy. It's just going to be Batman versus Superman.
But see, but that's going to be the next.
It's Superman versus Batman
It'd be
because
awesome. A Justice League movie.
they're going to
trilogy
clash at some
with
point.
Darkseid. Throw in Apocalypse. that'd
Batman
be
is going to
amazing.
have to put
It should just
Superman in
be
his place because he's
Justice
going to
League
lose
War.
his cool.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Because, he's just a rage monster. He's
Wait.
just going to lose his cool.
What?
Superman's a rage
Yeah,
monster?
Superman's a rage monster.
What?
He kind of is.
And
He
Man
kinda
of Steel,
is.
he's a rage monster.
He's a rage monster.
He's like, I'm going to punch you through this building. I'm going to like. shoot
Anyway,
laser
so
beams."
we got to move on because talk about Community being canceled.
Yeah, Community got canceled. Who didn't see that coming? Show
Well,
of hands.
everyone thought for a second that the chances were good, and
At least-
the executives led us to believe.
Did you really? Did you
No,
really
they were
think
actually
the chances
saying.
were good?
They were saying it was good.
Danny Glover left the thing.
Not Danny.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Glover left the thing.
But I
But
mean,
that's because he actually has a
but
music
Dan
career
Harmon
he wants
came
to do.
back.
I understand that, but
And it was a good season.
It was a good season.
It was better than last season. So
Let's
much
be-
better.
I enjoyed the
Okay.
G.I. Joe episode.
Okay,
That's the
that
only
It
one
was
I watched.
awesome.
But
Okay.
did you not see it coming?
I would like to start this off by saying NBC is awful. They are bad, and they should just burn and die. A couple shows that I really liked are not coming back. I liked Growing Up Fisher was a good show. It was funny. It was interesting.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It was clever. That was
It
clever.
actually got decent ratings and such.
So they got canceled?
Yeah.
I thought they got picked up.
Yeah.
got picked up
About a Boy got continued, which was also a good show.
I was surprised about that.
Parks and Rec is ending after the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah,
thing,
That's fine. They've had a good run.
NBC.
Did you see the season finale though?
Yeah, it was a 3-year jump.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing with Community. It was a great season. It's got a good, strong follower base, and it's a well-written, funny show. I was led to believe that it would be coming back. And here's the main thing about Community. It's not just because it's a good show. It's not like I'm still holding on to that kind of like Firefly, where I was like, Firefly was amazing. I didn't even know about Firefly until after Fox had canceled it. You know, where they screwed it up really bad. And then I watched it and fell in love with it, and the fan base kept it alive, and a movie came out. Well, as you guys know, I'm getting married in October, on the 4th. And the thing that endears me to Community the most is it is the first show and one of the main reasons why I started hanging out with my fiance, with Stacy. She said, I've watched this amazing show called Community and you should watch it. And I said, let's hang out and we'll do that. And we started hanging out and watching Community. And I realized that this show is freaking awesome. You know, it was right after season 2 had finished up. We were watching the DVDs. The show was hilarious. I mean, Chevy Chase, you know, his character was a jerk, and I was glad to see him go, literally.
Yeah.
And I mean,
he's a jerk on the set and jerk on the show.
yeah, and I'm glad the original creator guy came back and made a great season. When Troy's actor left, it kind of laid things down. That's why it dragged down to not as many episodes for the season, but it was such a good show, and it meant a lot to me and to a lot of people, and it looked like it was coming back.
Guys, it's still hope. Sony's
I
shopping.
know.
It's not gonna happen.
I know, but
Dan Harmon already said he really
Maybe
just would rather
Netflix
move
will
on
pick
to
it up
other
and make it
things.
terrible.
what I would
They're
like,
shopping Comedy
You know,
Central. And
like a
what I would like to
Development?
see, oh yeah, don't get me started with that. What I would like to see personally is if Dan Hartman, I would like to see him throw a Kickstarter out and do a movie. I mean, it worked for Veronica Mars.
And what's his face? I can't remember his name also.
It's just-
Garden State, Scrubs,
Yeah,
Zach Braff.
it's just, I was so hateful because I was so sure it was coming back, and then they're like, well, we're going to replace it with, we've got all these upcoming shows that we think are really promising that will probably be canceled after they bomb because NBC can't put anything good on it. There's only,
not since Friends and
You can't say bomb on a podcast.
oh,
Because then they think that you're the giant bombcast.
well, it's going to
I don't know.
fail. Fail. Do you hear that word? It's called failure.
It's going to die miserably.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just. I just wanted this. I didn't care. All I wanted was my 6 seasons in a movie. That's all I wanted. That's what they kept talking about.
Instead, you get hashtag 5 seasons of nothing.
Yeah, the ending of the 5th season
This is the darkest timeline.
was good. It was really good, and it had promise for next season, and it's gone. It's all gone.
It's all gone.
With the sentimental attachment I have to the show and the love I have for the characters, it's kind of like Firefly, where you'll never know if Captain Mal and Honora will get together or not because it's never coming back.
Although they did do a movie, although the way
And
they set
that
it up,
never went anywhere.
the way they set it up is for a sequel, but
That never went
now
anywhere.
we don't have any of
Anything.
those. Yeah.
Oh, they got some comic. They got a comic bookers. I mean, the animated episode, the G.I. Joe episode, was very clever. It was really well
great.
done. I mean, the Christmas episodes have always been good. The stop motion animation one where they were inside Abad's mind with the Christmas pterodactyl was amazing.
The anime one where they played foosball was pretty good too.
Yeah, and then you had the puppets.
Puppets.
The Puppets was a good one where they went to the
video game episode was excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Where they were trying to win
D&D and Advanced D&D.
They're trying to win Pierce's
Well, it was
inheritance.
Advanced D&D and then Advanced D&D.
Yeah.
Those were two of the best
Love it.
episodes ever.
Oh man.
I mean, this season was good. I mean, they really did repilot the show, and they brought in Hickey as he was a
Here's
great
the thing, though.
addition.
It's hard for them to get a sense of, I don't know, it's like they still don't embrace the fact that people are watching things on the internet.
Yeah.
And so like they feel like those views don't count almost. And so they're still just saying, oh, well, people aren't tuning in at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock on TV, so obviously the show's not popular.
Well, some of it, but what they don't realize is some people have a life. I mean, I watch a lot of shows on TV, but I watch them the next day. Like, I don't have time, or I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to my job.
Unfortunately,
I can't watch the Tonight Show.
if you want shows like that to succeed, apparently you got to sit down and watch them when they're on,
Which is
'cause-
ridiculous.
Well, they're taking DVR numbers now, so they actually have calculated that stuff in.
Yeah.
Although, fun fact,
I mean, it still only counts. It still only counts for people that have a Nielsen box, because that's really the only place that TV ratings come from.
I don't know if they're changing anything on that or not because the what was it? Everything's digital now.
Yeah.
I cut cable out, man. I watch everything.
Yeah,
I watch
cable.
Yeah,
Cable's become obsolete because of Hulu and Netflix
Hulu
and
Netflix.
Amazon.
You can get-
Yeah, that's
access
the
to
thing.
all the shows cheaper.
I had my cable company try to shoehorn me into a cable TV thing, and I was like, I just use you guys for internet because I watch Hulu. I watch everything on Hulu.
Don't tell them that; they'll throw out all your bandwidth and make you get cable.
It's just,
It's coming. You just wait.
I just,
Well, yeah, the internet thing was signed, so right. Was it?
It was the FCC was working on another thing too.
Yeah, there's a huge protest about it this week.
They were working on another thing. It hasn't been signed in.
Oh, okay.
it's just with
They keep wanting to do it.
back to the whole thing with Community. It's just, it's sad. Well, it's sad to see such a good show go, and it's sad that
Good shows come and good shows go.
that's
it sucks,
true. But I would, all I
had its time in the sun.
all I wanted was an ending.
Yeah, we wanted to wrap up. I mean, we really wanted everything to kind of fit together because
It
there's that
kind of
whole.
did, though.
I mean,
the
no.
way the season finale did. Kinda.
Green Lantern, the animated series, at least got a chance to wrap up.
Yes, but what I wanted from it was basically like saying, okay, these two ended up together or not, being
Yeah.
what's his face in either Britta or.
But what I mean,
I don't think that really matters in that show.
It started off in the beginning.
yeah.
In
Yeah,
the first
but-
season.
Yeah,
But
but
what-
No, it doesn't really matter.
overall, it
No,
doesn't
the
really
way
matter at all.
that the season finale ended, yeah, you could tell who
He was leaning towards
who was leaning
Annie.
towards.
But
Yeah, it just didn't.
what it comes down to is with shows like Green Lantern is in the middle of the season they told them they were going to not be renewed, so they had at least a few episodes to wrap everything up to an all right thing where I can accept it. But with Community, they didn't even give them any idea.
Yeah, it's just you guys.
And they said, by the way, it's like I know we were leaning towards the idea of maybe, sort of, kind of,
But see, that's why they wrote the season finale the way they wrote the season
yeah,
finale.
because they didn't know.
I still don't feel like it's. It's an open-ended ending where it's like now things will just keep going the way they are. The end.
Which is not what I wanted.
Although anime people love to do that. They always like to end their show on a note where, oh yeah, nothing changed. So this show is going to keep on going for forever because we wish that would happen, but it's not going to. It's going to get one season and you're done. That's not
26
here nor there.
episodes is the standard anime.
It's going down to 13 now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They're
awful.
calling.
But they're going to continue Attack on Titan, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, friggin' better. Anyways,
Titan's depressing,
yes, it is.
but it's so good.
So good.
So good.
I think that was pretty much all we were.
Was that
planning on today.
That's the finale.
I think we're ready
Makes
for
me
the
sad
finale.
that that's
We're
actually
at the finale.
We're here to the finale.
Talked
guys,
about
so.
Community and I'm all sad.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the finale.
Oh, actually, you know what? There was two little tidbits I wanted to throw out there. One, there's wrestling news, so we're just going to change over that real quick. It's /entertainment TV. I don't know if you guys have
Daniel
heard
Bryan
or
broke
not.
his neck.
His neck, he had a crack or something like that in it, and he got surgery today.
And he's going to lose the belt as a result.
It's not
Maybe.
guaranteed. It depends on how long he's going to be out. This isn't like where they do the fusion of the spine, Anyways, he has surgery. That's kind of a big deal. He won at WrestleMania. He got married to the girl he's been seeing for like 3-4 years. and then his father passed away, and now he might lose his titles because of a crack in his neck due to the way he wrestles. That's crazy. So I wish him the best, and hope he heals up in time. I believe the plan is he could miss the next pay-per-view. And that usually leads me to another thing.
His neck's cracked. I mean,
well, it's like there's a little thing here with some nerve damage. He was having trouble feeling his hands.
how did that happen?
Because he likes to run through the ropes and jump.
Well, Dad and Kane tombstoned him 3 times.
On the outside.
Yeah.
They said that maybe that and the hardcore match he had may have...
After it,
may have gotten it to the point where he just can't do stuff like he was. He hasn't been wrestling as much. If you guys watch, you know. Well, Marquise knows. But he hasn't been wrestling nearly as much.
I voted wrestling on the podcast long
because you're a terrible human being. It's the last form of theater in America, okay?
That's not even close to
we
true.
have something called
That's so far from accurate.
Yeah, I know, but which one makes the most money? Exactly.
It's one of the last few live forms.
Anyways, so the other thing I want to mention is they have a deal, or they try to get these deals with the different networks because guess what? Costs money to put things on TV, and they need to be paid and make more money. So they signed a new deal with NBC Universal for Sci-Fi and USA and E. So they can air Total Divas.
Yeah, they were there this week at the upfronts. Yeah. By the way, the TV upfronts were this week.
Yeah. Fun fact: Total Divas ratings went down horribly because the DVR numbers came back and no one recorded Total Divas. The reason being, they screwed up the feed for all the digital boxes and said some movie was going to be on instead. So the boxes didn't record anything. Yeah. So I was like, well, I know my girl's going to want to watch this, so I better record it. So I just recorded the replay that was on E after Raw on Monday or something like that. Or it was on 3 a.m., I don't know. But I just wanted to get that out there with the wrestling. So, hope Daniel Bryan makes it through the surgery well. Or, not makes it through
cool. I hope he's okay.
rehabs well or whatever.
Yeah, he made it through
well.
He made it through the surgery well. Just recovers well.
Yeah, he needs to recover well.
Yeah, he's cool. Right. I hope he is okay.
I just want him to shave. Bugs the crap out of me. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I used to have hair down my back, all super long hair, but I never had the beard.
The only person that should care for is his wife. If Brie Bella says that's okay, then what do we care?
Oh, all right, guys. Let's wrap this up. Steve,
play more games.
Do stuff.
Go on the site, read my articles, comment. I got another Shield article coming out, and buy more comics. That's right.
And to reiterate,
shameless self-promotion.
Check us out on TimeRust.com.